Okay, so we're here with Brian. Brian, we know that you came in originally with ulcerative colitis. Why don't you just give us a little idea on that, okay?
Well, ulcerative colitis is a digestive disorder, and it's an inflammation of the colon. And the symptoms are, frequent, uncontrollable diarrhea, and originally I was hospitalized with it after a fairly nasty flare-up, and lost quite a bit of weight. And
How many pounds did you lose?
well, the first time when I was first diagnosed, I lost maybe 40 pounds or so.
Wow, okay.
30 to 40 pounds.
And between both episodes, you lost a total of how many pounds?
Well, then I had the second flare-up maybe 4 or 5 months ago before I came to you, and I lost another 20 pounds, and that was after I had not regained much of that previous weight loss. So I was down from about 215 was my peak.
Yes.
Down to when I came to you, I was at about 140.
Wow. Yeah.
And now I'm back up to in the mid 160s.
Right.
So that was quite a swing in my weight.
Now, how often are you going to the bathroom? I know we talked about it today, but you've gone from basically having that feeling of having to go almost, what'd you say, like how many times a day?
15 times a day.
Wow.
And 98% of those visits were bowel movements, not just to urinate.
Yeah.
But as I was telling you just a little while ago, I'm getting in these last couple of weeks or so to where some of my visits are just to urinate, not a bowel movement, which for me is progress.
Big progress, because a lot of people, and we were talking earlier, that a lot of people and you talked about a 15-year-old that end up having what?
Had his colon removed at age 15.
Wow. Yeah, that's so sad.
Because he has colitis.
That's so sad. And how have we been a little bit different as far as what we've done, in here versus, the traditional medical model?
Well, my gastroenterologist, he's had me on, I think, 3 or 4 different medications, and the one I'm on now, I'm not quite sure whether to give that one much credit for the improvement I've had versus the change in my diet under your recommendation and the supplements that I've gotten from you. When you're doing 2 things at once, it's kind of hard to know what to give the credit to. But my suspicion is that it's mostly the diet and the more natural supplements than the chemical medication.
Yeah, because when you came in here, you were ready to be. You had mentioned you were ready to be put back in the hospital again. Yeah. You were in that stage to have another flare-up.
Yeah. Well, I was in a flare-up. I had no appetite. I couldn't. Hard to eat anything. I had no strength. Just getting up to walk from room to room, I'd have to sit down and catch my breath.
And your blood pressure, you remember what your blood pressure was when you first came in?
It was probably like in the 90s over 60s.
And I was concerned about that. I don't know what your gastroenterologist said, but I was concerned about that because it was too low.
And my pulse was high too, to compensate for the low blood pressure.
Right. And your blood pressure today is
now
what?
It's between 115 and 120 over in the 70s.
Perfect. So if there's someone that has a problem like yours, they've been through these episodes, what would you say for those individuals that might be watching this video and thinking about other different option?
Well, I'd say among the most important things you can do for it is straighten up your diet and start eating right.
But what we've done
and what you've done, besides the chiropractic adjustments, and one of the things I've really appreciated is how you took the time with me to explain how the central nervous system is central to the overall health of the entire body, and how your spine and its proper alignment is so crucial for the brain to be able to communicate with the rest of the body and to send the healing communications. And if it's not in alignment, then that obstructs that flow of communication.
Wow.
And I guess I kind of knew that kind of thing in the back of my mind, but I never really made the association that was associated with the problems I've been having.
Yeah. Wow, I couldn't have said it any better. Perfect.